On this bumpy beer tasting, I go to Canada in a can. So, what I have today is Chewbacca, but this is the Prophets and Nomads gose ale with Himalayan salt and coriander from Collective Arts Brewing. They are out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And it's imported by Collective Arts in Stowe, Vermont. All right. I've had a few things by Collective Arts, and I've liked pretty much everything I've had. I've never had this beer. Let's go ahead, crack into it, and go through the 50-point inspection. All right. Turn that so you can see the name of the brew instead. But yeah, the color on this thing is straw. That was easy. It looks like it has some decent carbonation coming up through. Very clear. The head has some small and medium bubbles throughout, and a very perfect white head. The aromas do get a tartness in the aroma. I want to say I'm also smelling some salt. It's kind of reminding me of maybe like a lemon uh, with a little bit of a fruit note also underneath that. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and take my first swig. Oh yeah, the ABV on this is 4.5%, and this is about 2 months old. So flavors get the tartness. Very slight bit of salt note in there. There's this is pretty much just like a base Berliner Weiss flavor. Um, but pretty much it nails that Berliner Weiss base with a little bit of salt, I guess, which makes it a gose. So, all right. It's got some fizzy action for carbonation and a pretty light body. Leaves me a little bit dry in the mouth. So, I'll be right back with my numbers. Okay, so I am back with my scoring. The appearance, I gave this thing the full 6 out of 6. No head retention, but with the sours, not really expected. It did at least pour with a head, and it fizzled out to nothing instead of just pouring completely flat. So appearance is great for it. The aromas I thought were spot on and excellent. I gave that a 10 out of 10 for the aromas. The flavors, I gave it a 17 out of 19. Just kind of, there's a little bit of something within the body itself. It kind of does have this a bit too much of a wateriness to it. I would prefer it to maybe be a little bit on the drier side. Even though it does leave you a little bit dry, there's still kind of a watery feel to it when you're drinking it. And so for that, also for the body, I gave this a 4 out of 5. And the overall impression on this, I gave it an 8 out of 10. That gives this a score of, this is the, let me say this, this is the, from Collective Arts Brewing, Prophets and Nomads, gose with Himalayan salt and coriander. Total score of a 45 out of 50. Makes this an A beer. So, cheers everybody. And cheers to you Canadians. Thank you.